How you doing? Bob Mack here from the Mack Garage, deep in the woods of New England. Posting a video here about my strange saga of disappearing hydraulic fluid. If you've got an old 753 or one of these models, they have the old style motor carrier drive shaft seals in them. Turns out that after time they leak and your hydraulic fluid disappears. So after I had put a motor in this thing, before I started it, obviously I checked all the fluids, checked the hydraulic fluid, not even on a stick. Put, I don't know, 6 gallons or so in it. It's on a stick. Come out the next day, check it again, gone, stick's dry. Okay, put another 5 gallons in it. Start it up, ran it, shut it off. Came out the next day, checked it again, dry, gone, no fluid on the floor. Nothing on the garage floor at all. Scratched my head, I said, well, that's strange. So I check it again, dry, put another 5 or so gallons in it, right? Come out the next day, now there's fluid on the floor. I find the fluid coming out of the vent on the top of the chain case. If you know these things, there's a big box in the middle of these where 4 chains run the wheels back and forth off of the hydraulic motors. Well, apparently there's 2 big seals in there that go behind the motor carrier bearings, which is a big Timken bearing that rides up the motors, takes the load of those 2 drive motors. Apparently, after a while they dry up or whatever, and the fluid goes from the tank, leaks in through into the chain case, which is huge, to the point where I drained the oil out of it because it was coming out of the top. Over 15 gallons I drained out of that thing before it leveled off where the drain plug is, which is where it's supposed to be full. You pull the plug out, you fill it up till it comes out of there, just like a differential on a truck or whatever. And when I drained it down to that level, I had taken over 15, 3 5-gallon buckets out of that thing of clean hydraulic fluid. So this video is going to show you why that happens. If you ever had that problem, you got hydraulic missing on you, disappearing on you, this video is going to show you how to fix that repair. Thank you for watching this video for me today. And remember, they treat you good, you treat them better. They treat you bad, you treat them worse. Enjoy the video. All right, we're back. This Bobcat 753, and I had the bright idea of buying and fixing it up. Yeah, that's what I do. I buy junk and I fix it and make it run at no cost, apparently. So, already put a engine in it, filled up the hydraulic tank, came out the next day, the floor of my garage full of hydraulic fluid. Why, you ask? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the fluid goes down into the motor carrier here, the hydraulic motor that turns the wheels, and the seals are bad, so it leaks through the seals and it fills up the chain case. And it filled up the chain case so bad it was coming out of the top of the vent on the chain case. So after some help from some good friends on social media, I learned that this is a common problem. I'm going to show you why this is a common problem. You don't have to be a genius, you don't have to be a mechanical engineer. If you've ever worked on anything, put some seals in anything at one time, maybe, there's something wrong with this picture. So let's take a look here. Pardon me with the light. So there's the main drive carrier seal, okay? The motor bolts on the outside, which, by the way, was no easy task getting out. This hose here came right off, no problem. This one up the top, I had to heat that thing red hot to get it off. But that's another story. So got those out, got the bolts out, pulled the motor off. Okay, the motor sits here on the floor. Okay, now let's take a look at something here. You see the seal around that shaft, right? I'm gonna turn the wheels back and forth. Something wrong with this picture, isn't there? A little closer, maybe? What's wrong with that picture? Oh my goodness. The seal is turning on the shaft inside the seal holder. Yeah, really piss poor design. I guess after time, that plastic piece, I assume it's plastic, it looks plastic, which houses a seal, which rides on that shaft. I guess after a while, the seal shrinks or whatever, and it turns inside the plastic. Well, where do you think the fluid goes? It goes on the outside of the seal, right? So it comes in through the pump, through these big hoses, took off, goes into the motor, okay? Fills up that spot right there, and it goes in between the seal and that plastic housing piece. And what's behind there? The chain case. Well, the tank's a lot higher than everything else, so gravity does its job, goes down, seeps in between that seal and that plastic housing, and it fills up the chain case till you don't know about it till it comes out of the top of the chain case and leaves you scratching your head. So, great design, Bobcat. I also noticed when I bought the new seals, I don't have them yet, they're on their way, that lo and behold, they redesigned it. Yeah, smooth move. Should have done that a long time ago. But anyway, that's the issue with the motor carrier drive seal, and while your hydraulic fluid disappears, vanishes before your very eyes, until you finally find it coming out of the top of the vent in the chain case. Great engineering. Gotta love engineers. Okay, here's the tool I made to extract that seal. Now I'm sure you could probably buy one, probably a couple $100 or whatever, but you know, when you grow up on farms and work on logging trucks and stuff like that, this is the kind of stuff the skills that are priceless. I took a old pair of vice grips, I welded some all thread to it, boom, 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 so I can still turn my wheel here to adjust the vice grips. Okay, on the end of there is an old hammer I had, an old 5-pound hammer. The handle broke on it, and just like everything else, I never got around to putting another handle on it. Put a nut and washers on the back of it. So now what you got, you clip this onto one of those fins on the seal, and you slide that back, tap, 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 and it'll pull right out, and I'm gonna show you when I pull it out how that works. Okay, here we go. I've adjusted my vice grips to clamp onto one of those fins, if you will, on that plastic housing of that seal. I've clamped them on there to the tool I made up. I'm going to slide that back. It's going to pull that seal right out of there if everything goes right. All right, let's try it. I'm trying to get the light correct here so that you can see, okay? Let's see what happens here. All right, let's get a little bit of a bigger bite here. Oh, look at this, look. Look at this, watch. Boom, oh my goodness, how easy was that? How easy. Look at that. Oh, look, the seal's gonna drop right out of there. Look at this. Look at this. Okay? So now, see how that fell right out? There's nothing to stop the oil from seeping in between here. I don't know if there ever was, but the oil just seeps in between the seal and this plastic piece, fills your chain case right up with oil. And that's how your hydraulic fluid just disappears like magic. There's your main carrier. There's your huge Baron in there. Okay? Big Timken Baron in there. Huge. All right? So that's it. Now I'm going to show you how Bobcat realized they had screwed up and fixed the problem. All right, here we go. So as I was showing you, here's the stock seal, the original seal that we just took out of that main drive carrier, that motor carrier. And as you can see, the seal is in there so loose, it doesn't seal. Seals good against the shaft, but it doesn't seal good against the piece of plastic that holds it. Now I suppose maybe I could have took some silicone, cleaned it all up good, put some silicone around there and put it back in there. I don't know. I wouldn't have been happy with that. Maybe it would have held it in there, or some glue, some epoxy glue or something. But you know what? It's a poor design by the engineers. Whoever designed that should have been fired or shot. Did I say that? Okay, sorry. But here's what it's replaced with, okay? There's the part number, 6705847. I believe that's the original part number for this. Okay, the new part number. And I got this from World Thump, okay? It's online. Yeah, it's made in China, so isn't everything else these days, right? What are you gonna do? Took me a couple days to get it in the mail. I got both of them. I already replaced the other side. World Thump, okay? Part number, so you can read it in case you can't understand my Boston accent, or if you don't speak English. It is part number, 6705847. Okay, now let's see how Bobcat finally came to their senses. Oh, look what's happened here. They've made it all one piece, okay? Made out of steel instead of crappy ass plastic. They made out of good, rugged, and it's rugged, it's thick. That's some strong stuff right there, okay? All steel right down to the seal. So now there's no way that seal can turn inside of this. This is all one piece. And that's the fix that Bobcat finally, I imagine people were complaining for years about this until they finally did something about it. But, so anyway, now I'm going to replace the seal, the new one. And here's what I did. I took, and I went to Lowe's, and I got me a 1.5 by 3 inch reducer here, okay, and a piece of 1.5 inch pipe, okay. Just slap that on there, like that, okay. This fits right against that seal, just like that. See that? How nice that fits on there, okay. Now just put it up in the housing. I'll probably put a little bit of grease or oil around there just to make it slip in a little easier. Hit this end with a soft hammer, boom, right in the carrier she's gonna go. And that's how you fix the motor carrier shaft seal to stop your hydraulic fluid from magically disappearing. So another thing I noticed, I don't know how well you can see or not, but if you look at that snap ring that holds that Timken Baron in, somebody's been in here. Somebody probably replaced that Baron. If you see the nicks on the, look at that. I guess they wanted to make sure they had that snap ring in there. and it is seated. So, too bad they didn't replace the seal when they did that, because that is the original seal. But as you can see, somebody's definitely been in here and put that snap ring back in there, which tells me they probably replaced the bearing, which is good. So, I'll put this back over here. All right, so what I've done, I've put a little bit of red grease around the inside lip of that seal, okay, and just a little bit around the edge so it would slide in easy. And I've held it up against there, push it in, and I've turned the wheels just so that first lip would go over there easy, okay? Now I'm gonna take the tool that I've made here, and I'm going to put it right over that seal. Give it a couple of go all the way around. You can feel it. Hitting it lightly. Yeah. You can feel it, and you can also hear it when she bottoms out. Okay? Then I'll wipe the excess grease off here. Just so I can see. Make sure that I have an equal, that the seal is on all the way. It's equal space on the shaft all the way around. And that's it. That's how it works. Now that seal is snug in there, and it's all one piece. No oil's going to seep in between. Fill up my chain case until it comes out of the vent on the top. And believe me, that's a lot of oil. I think I drained like 15 gallons of oil out of there. So somebody kept filling this thing up and couldn't understand where the heck all the oil was going. That's it. That's your drive motor carrier seal replacement job. Thank you for watching.